Hey everybody, this is your bookish gnome back at it again with another review. Can't wait to have some fun with this one. All right, so today we are going over Will Wight's fourth book, Skysworn, in the Cradle series. And obviously, I've already given reviews for the first three. You can go back and find those. The first one is a little bit harder to find because it's inside of a bunch of reviews. But with that description, it shouldn't be too hard to find. So let's get into the fourth book. Quick overview of what we learned in the first three books. You know, Lyndon, our main character, has progressed a lot since being unsold in his valley where he grew up in. He was kind of looked down upon because he wasn't sold, S-O-U-L-E-D. So he didn't have like this ability to use Madra and things like that. Well, I mean, he could use it, but it was very limited. That's the one thing I'm a little bit iffy on in like how the rules work. I think I'm a little bit iffy on it. I think I get it more now, but like the earliest first book, it's still a little muddled in my brain to me, just because I was still like trying to grasp what was going on. So I could probably like go back and look at that first book and be like, okay, that makes way more sense to me now. But I'm just gonna like shove the first book out of my mind because I didn't like it as much as I liked. I didn't like the first and second book as much as I liked the third book, and I really am loving this series as a whole now. And maybe I'll just go back and reread them like I'm rereading the Dresden Files. They kind of feel the same when it comes to like pacing and world building, where like you get more and more each book, and you have like a lot of littler books that you can just kind of fly through. So it's fun like that. I mean, in no way are they the same in comparison in any other way, shape, or form, because you know Harry Dresden, that's a urban fantasy. Like it's in our day and age. He's a wizard who does stuff, and then this is like a whole different world, pretty much. It's like in a different universe. There's all kinds of things going on, and that's a big reason why I like these books. There's like this sci-fi element to them, that you have these people that are living off-world, that are these powerful beings that are like looking in on these worlds and really like keeping track of what's going on within what Lyndon is doing. And so anyways, I went off on a tangent. So Lyndon, he has progressed through the first three books. He is being taught this new path, because this is very martial arts style, these books are, and they have these paths that they can go on to learn these new arts, you could say. And he is being taught by Athen and this giant turtle named, goodness gracious, is it Orthos? I don't know why my brain isn't working right. Yep. But Orthos is this giant like black and red turtle that breathes flame and stuff, and is, you know, part of the black flame path that is being taught to Lyndon. Well, at the start of this book, he's imprisoned by the Skysworn. That's why this book is called Skysworn. He's been in this prison, and he has been in prison because you're not supposed to really learn Black Flame or that way of the arts, that path. And Athen kind of just did it anyways, because Athen, who is his kind of like his master, there's another word for it that I'm trying to remember. It's like benefactor, if you will. He he kind of just does whatever he wants, and that's kind of why I love Ethan. He just does not care, but then you kind of learn that there's reasons why he's doing the things that he's doing. And that's a big reason why he is the way he is. So you have Lyndon, who's been stuffed into prison by the Skysworn, who are an even higher family than Ethan and his family, which is the Aureliuses. And, well, the Skysworn isn't actually a family. It's another family. It's just, that's a pathway. And there's so many things happening that it's hard for me to keep it all separate. But anyways, he's been imprisoned, and Ethan just keeps finding his way into the prison to train him. And the people that are running the prison are just like, how does he keep doing this? And it's really funny. And I love that part of the book. And he keeps training him because Lyndon only has a year before he has to fight this other guy named Jai Long. And it's because Lyndon killed Jai Long's like friend slash like family member, like adopted family. Like they adopted Jai Long. And that's like a whole story that you learn about in the other books, 2 and 3. I think it starts in 2, and then you really learn a lot more in book 3. But anyways, so Lyndon is in prison. Ethan is helping him train and sneaking into the prison. And they just, like, at this point, they've like tried everything to keep him out. But he's also like royalty, so they can't really do anything about it if he does get in. And it's just a very funny situation. So you see that Lyndon is going to be in this fight. And so I won't really go past the fight because I don't want to give too much away when it comes to the fight. Lyndon is pretty much just continuing to grow. And that's like what all these books are about so far, is like him growing, figuring out what he needs to do to become more powerful. And I have a hard time with the whole him like just being impatient, but you get reminded of like why he's being so impatient through these books. It's because in the first book, and we'll talk about the first book and the second and the third because this is the fourth book, obviously, so I'm allowed to at this point. He almost dies, and this angel, Suriel, she comes to him and, you know, gives him these visions. Not really visions. She like shows him the world. And then, yes, she does show him like possible futures, I guess you would say, like what would happen. And there's like this giant entity that pretty much comes and destroys his like home, like valley. And he's out there in the world trying to become stronger so that he can protect his valley from that. And he knows that like nobody knows this, and that's like a big reason why everybody kind of gets annoyed with him in these books. Like they're like, why are you, trying to shoot so fast through the rankings of like these steps to become more powerful? And he can't really tell them why. And I think like even I like become as frustrated as they do until I get reminded, oh yeah, there's reasons why he wants to become so powerful. So he goes through this book and he becomes more powerful. And I really thought this book was super fun. And by the end of the book, he's pretty much like applying to become a part of the Skysworn people. And I can't remember exactly if they're like a family or a people. It doesn't really matter. It's just that he's like trying to become part of them, even though they really dislike him because he has walked down the path of the Black Flame. And it doesn't really matter to him. It doesn't matter to Lyndon. Like he has to become more powerful. So he decides that he's going to go learn some stuff from, he's going to go to this other people to advance himself even more, because he knows how little time that he might have to, save the people back home. I still can't believe I did that. It was one of my favorite shirts, and I accidentally like stepped. Like I got up to like look at something while I was doing this and stepped on the cord, and it like ripped a little tiny hole, like with the little clamp from the mic. And it's got me a little sad. I love this shirt. But anyways, likes and dislikes, I would have to say at this point so far, like unless I get to a bad book in this series, no dislikes. The pacing is fantastic. The writing is what it is. Like it's getting more and more involved. I don't really care too much about prose, like I've said before. Like if the story is good and the characters are good, which they're becoming better and better, including Lyndon, like I've said before. Just everybody seems to be getting better. Like as this world goes along, the world building is becoming amazing. Like the things that you're seeing in the background, the machinations, the plots of like the higher up people who are in charge of this world, and even those that are off world, like seeing like where all of this is going is just like you can see it's just like hurtling towards something, and it's awesome. So once again, I'm giving another Cradle Series book 5 gnomes out of 5 gnomes because I'm just enthralled with this world. I have been just eating it up. I got my dad to start reading these, and I think actually, and eventually, maybe when we're both done with the series, because he is retired and has all the time in the world, so he is already on book 5. He might even be finished with it by now. I'll have to go and ask him after I'm done with this. And I haven't even started book 5 yet, but maybe when we're both done with the whole series as it is, because I don't think it's done. At least I'm pretty sure it's not. I haven't looked into that, but I'm pretty sure, like 98% sure that it's not done. Maybe me and him we'll talk about it, and that should be a fun video. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you have fun, you keep reading, and have a magical day.